Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is decision day for my chopping block and you're like, you posted that very recently. Yes, I did, and I decided to focus on them and just make the decisions and be done with it. So if you haven't seen the chopping block, maybe I'll post the link down below, but if you're interested in seeing what I'm decluttering and my few bonus declutters, then just keep watching. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with the decisions I've made. I have actually used these products several times in order, I'll explain it as I go along. So what will I start with? I'll start with the lip products. So I had two lip products in here and I didn't realize they were both Maybelline. So this is the Maybelline Color Drama in Stripped Down, 610 Stripped Down. This is like a cream lipstick. Like you think it's a liquid lip, but it's more creamy than anything else. It's a lip paint. The color is really, really pretty, but I am getting rid of this because it smells like watermelon. And I don't like that for some reason. I like to eat watermelon, but I don't like the smell of it. Is that what it is? Like, I really do feel like it's watermelon. The color is so pretty, but I just don't, made in Canada, I just don't like the smell of watermelon. And I have other things this color. So I am decluttering that to a friend of mine who I wouldn't mind sharing a lip product with. This next one is the Maybelline Vivid Matte Liquid in 50 Nude Thrill. This color is also really, really nice, and it's actually quite a nice formula, surprisingly enough. It's not as drying as my Tarte ones, and this one is more affordable and more accessible, but I am decluttering it because, again, I don't really feel attached to it, so I don't really mind, to be honest with you. I have other colors. I don't have the same color. I swatched out my liquid lipsticks and my lipsticks. I don't have the colors the same as that, but I do have colors similar, so the two of them are gone. They're going into the drawer until I see her and she can have them. What's next? These two products. So for this concealer, I have been using this religiously, and this is the L'Oreal Lumi in the shade Light 1. I'm going to keep it and going to use it up because I can't give this to someone, and I just have to use it. I just didn't want to commit to it for a year, you know, it really doesn't look nice under the eye, out of anywhere, under my eye anyway. Like, things settle into it and it just makes everything look, whatever about being light coverage, but powder on top of this, for me, it just doesn't look okay. So I have been putting it on my forehead, I have been putting it under my eye anyway, and I've been putting it like around my nose and like here, because I keep getting pimples. And like, I do blame it on the mask, but then again, I'm not out of the house all that much other than work and grocery shopping pretty much. So as it stands, so I don't know, but I will just use it and finish it and be done with it. I'll figure it out. This one here, this is the Smashbox Contour Sticks, and this one is in the shade Brighten Highlight. And I was like, what the hell will I use this for, guys? I don't know if you've noticed, but look how much I've actually used up of this product. Let me just, look how much I've used up since I talked to you last. Is that not crazy? That's silly. Why don't I just use it up then? So my goal is to use it up. So do you know what I've actually been using it for? So some people said eye primer. A lot of people said eye primer. I actually haven't tried that yet because I just did my Partners in Cream finale and I was using this as a primer. I've actually been using this on my pimples again. And this seems to be the only thing that covers them. Like, what? I used concealer on them before, and it would you have a pimple there and you'd boop on top of the pimple and then it would just separate around and you'd see the pimple. This thing covers the pimple. And it's not cakey and crusty, it actually covered it. So I've used it for there. I also put this around my nose and I also put it under my eye anyway, and it was grand. Like, it doesn't stay on very long. That's the combination of them under your eyes is not nice. It doesn't stay on. But for the purposes of my face, it's not like I was making do. I actually liked that for covering because I am having pimple issues like a lot lately down here. Like, it wasn't a problem really as a teenager as much. Well, when I was 17, yes, but nowadays and I'm 28. Anyway, that's that. This duo here, the L'Oreal Contour, Infallible Contour and Sculpt thing, you know, I've got so much good feedback on this, and then I was just like, you know what, I'm not even bothering. Not even bothering. Like, this is me going into pressure pan again, where I'm like, I need to do this, I need to use this. But I know I can just give this to someone and let them use it. So I'm going to pass this on to someone who will actually use it, and maybe they'll be able to figure out this shade up here because I just can't. Even though some of you guys said mix the two, and that would have been a great idea, but then I was like, you know what? No, just give it to someone. So that's 3 so far that are going, and This next one here is a blush from Milani. I'm going to pass this blush along to one of my subscribers who lives in Ireland. So I have a box going for her that I'm going to send. So this is the Milani Rose Blush, Bella Rosa. Milani isn't entirely accessible in Ireland. Not really. It's starting to be in some booths, but otherwise not really. And so it would be nice for her just to get to try it out. This formula is very, very, very dry. Like really dry. Really, really, really dry. Very unusual. I was like, what? But on my cheek, it's very buildable, and that's what I like. It's just so hard for me to find a buildable blush. I wore this blush for an interview and for work and things like that when I don't have as much cheek product on, and it looks perfect. Yes, it is a really dry formula, but the color was really, really nice on the cheek, I found, and it was like not in your face, and it was really subtle, and it was perfect. And then I was like, oh, sure, I can use it for that. That's great. But then I'm like, I don't actually even do that all that often. I actually would go to work with cheeks like this. Maybe not quite, but almost, you know? So then I was like, that won't get use. But also I don't really have a color, this color in my collection, which is a shame. But I'm comfortable enough passing it along to her because maybe she would like to try Milani, because I know I'd be obsessed, really was obsessed with trying Milani out. This is my Galifornia blush from Benefit. I depotted this from a face palette a while back and had it in a Z palette. And I was questioning, you know, what's the story with this? But it's just pinker than I would like it to be on my cheeks. I know it's a peach and it's a coral, but on my cheek it's just very like pink, like coral, like very, very, very noticeable. It smells really nice, but I'm going to pass it on because I will either pan that. That's all I would do, and there's no point in me panning something I'm kind of querying. Okay guys, so Porrick rang there about like the plan of attack food shopping. So I think I was talking about this, and this blush is being decluttered, and I actually feel relieved because trying to make the decision on this was actually burdening me a bit. Like I just couldn't stop thinking about it. Like what am I like? I don't know. These next two I'm keeping. So this bronzer here from Makeup Revolution, the Ultra Bronze. There's 15 grams in it, and I remember what I was saying in the other video. Well, now I've used it and I'm reaching for it so much, I'm reaching for it over my Project Pan items. So turns out I actually like the undertone of this. I know this is going to sound weird, but it's kind of yellow. Doesn't look it, but like on my cheeks, I'm really pink, and it's kind of pulls a slight bit of a yellow versus like a terracotta, and I really appreciate that. Like I don't know, I know people don't really like Makeup Revolution, but not people don't really like, but as in the people that I watch anyway, you hear a lot of them not really enjoy Makeup Revolution. I really enjoy their face products, and I like their powder face products so far. And I actually really enjoyed this bronzer, and it just shows I just needed to pull out for it more. Like I kept reaching for it more than the other ones, and I just found that all of my bronzers that pull red, I always have to powder my face afterwards to take it down a notch. This was more of a yellowy, and it just like, I really appreciated that. I find it hard to get like a cooler undertone than warm. And then this one, I'm committed, you know, and it's actually a nice bronzer. It is actually a nice bronzer. That's what's left. It's the Too Faced Soulmates Carrie Big. When I use this up, I'm going to reuse the compact, okay? But like, look at I don't know if you can see the little, that looks like hard pan, but like it's not. I don't know what it is, but you know, you'd think the brush was wet. It's not. It's probably just disruption from using it. It's actually a really nice bronzer. Again, it pulls this kind of more yellow than terracotta on me. You can see it there. It's a kind of a shimmery, not shimmery is a strong word, it's a kind of a satin finish. I have it on me today and I really enjoy it. And I was like, okay, my bronzers aren't entirely out of control in my drawer, so I'm happy enough to work away on these. I think I'll pan this next year. I'm not quite sure what the story is yet, but that's what I'm gonna do. For this eyeshadow is the Essence 01 Savannah Heat. For my fair skin, it turns out that, remember I was trying to figure out what the hell would I do with this. It works perfectly well as a contour, a very, very light contour on me, but yet and all not on my eye. So I tried to also set down my eyelid. It's not powdery enough for that. It's too stiff. It just doesn't set down my primer. When I was pairing it with that Milani blush, because it was just really, really soft, it worked really well for the bronzer, for the contour, and it was actually grand. However, again, even though I really liked that, I was actually going to keep it for that. I actually don't often have that little on my cheek where it's that soft. But like, if I ever did, I now know I could just use an eyeshadow for it. So I'm going to declutter this to a person I have already in mind. She can have it. It's the same person I'm giving pretty much everything here to. And then I have some bonus declutters, but then this product here, the Naked 3 eyeshadow palette from Urban Decay. I have been really wanting the Making Mauves palette from Colourpop, and this is what was stopping me from getting it. This, I just kept staring at my collection. I really like that shade here, but you know what, I'm just going to declutter it. It was actually really hard for me to do because when I look at all the shades, I actually quite like them, but I just don't be reaching for it. Like, I actually have to make myself put it into a project. So I'm really proud of myself for this. Eyeshadow is so hard for me, particularly because I did quite a lot of decluttering this year for me, and I kind of got rid of everything I was unsure of, and now I was down to the wire on what I like. Then I have just a few bonus declutters. So I'll just show you. I have the single eyeshadow here from Makeup Geek. It's in the shade Lemon Drop, and the reason why I'm decluttering it is because it is a satin finish. So I thought it was a matte, and I have been wearing it in my crease, but I don't like wearing shimmery colors in my crease at the moment, and you can just see the shimmer up there, and I need the shadow, I find, just because my eyes are hooded. I don't know, that's how I feel. Oop, I got my thumb in it and I didn't want to do that. So I'm going to pass it on because it's a satin finish, so it pretty much, I'd only wear that on my lid, and it's not impactful enough for my interests. So I'm going to pass that on to another person. Then I have 3 more products and then we're done. I am decluttering this blush here from Sleek. Life's a Peach, yeah. I am decluttering this Life's a Peach shade, and I'm decluttering it because they have one blush that is somewhat similar to it. Not quite, but similar. And it's an orangey shade, and it's matte. And it's actually grand. There's not a thing wrong with it. It's only because I have another blush similar to it. So I'm going to pass it along. I think that formula is fine. This one here is from Rimmel. I don't know if I mentioned this one to you guys before, but this is the Lasting Finish 0110 Santa Rose. I had this in my team project pan, the month rotation part of it, and I'm just getting rid of this blush because it just does not show up on me. Just does not show up. And I bought this because I wanted a unique shade in my collection, and I always struggled with everything being too deep, and this is actually doesn't come up at all. Not at all on me. Not even a little. Then this blush here from Benefit, this is the Rockateur Mini 1.6 grams. I kept this so that I could bring it for traveling and things like that in my handbag, and it would be totally handy. And then I was actually thinking, I'm very, not imaginative, is that the word? But I can actually visualize myself in certain scenarios. I have a very vivid imagination, and I was imagining myself packing to go on holidays, which doesn't happen often. And would I reach for this over other things? No, I wouldn't. I would just reach for it in panning. So I already have the Rockateur in a bigger form, and it's a bit more glowy, and I absolutely love the Rockateur color, love it, but there's no need to have 2, and I was keeping this for handiness sake. So these will be passed along too. So all in all, we kept 4, 2 because I liked them, well technically 3. This one is now something I actually like. 3 because I liked, and 1 because I can't justify throwing it away. So I will just have to get over it and use it anyway. So out of everything, we've kept these, and everything else is going. So if there's anything that you're struggling with and that you want to let go of, but you haven't, what would that be? How do you think I made an okay decision? I hope so. I'm also thinking of filming an Amazon favorites, because I have so many products here that I got from Amazon. Amazon is like you have to know what you're looking for, and I just get addicted to those, you know, those little TikTok videos, but they're on YouTube because I don't have TikTok, and you find these random things, and I have so many that are just like so good. Look at this, look, I got this because of one of you guys. When my wax of my candles are left over, you suggested one of these to use up the rest of the wax. You can also use essential oils in this, which I love. This thing smells up the entire of the upstairs, you know, the entire of the upstairs. And there's like a little heart-shaped lavender wax that went in there. But anyway, that's what prompted me to be like, ooh, an Amazon video would be cool, because I know I'd like it. But anyway, I don't know what that rant is about. If you enjoyed this video, please do subscribe. Take care. Bye.